So Grow A Garden is about to have literally one of the biggest midweek updates that we have probably ever seen in Grow A Garden history. And I'm going to be covering all the new leaks that they've done for this update so you know exactly what's coming in the, I guess, the honey version 2 update. So they're going to be adding a ton of new items in the honey update. But before I get into this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I am doing this Moon Melon giveaway to anyone that is subscribed and comments their username down below. This thing sells for over $1 billion and can give you a huge jump start, especially if you're newer to the game. So if you want a chance to win this, all you have to do is leave a like on this video, comment, subscribe, your username, and I'll be picking a winner very, very soon. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into basically all the new stuff that they have and the leaks that we have gotten for this next update and basically everything we can take away from this and all the stuff we learned from it. So let me go ahead and pull up the Discord server. You head over to the Discord server right here and I go ahead and full screen it, and then I go ahead and full screen this. Before we get into anything, I first want to look at what he's actually holding. So it looks like he's holding some sort of, and it has some sort of a red, yellow honey theme. And if you take a look down here at the bottom, it's going to say Pollen radar, and then it's going to have 30 uses, right? And what we know from Grow A Garden is that things with uses are always in the gear category. As you can see, 83 uses, harvest tool 25 uses. So we know that it's going to be some sort of gear item. That's just obvious, right? So we're going to have some sort of gun. Now, if we take a look back at the Discord to continue watching this leak, we only got 1 second in, but as you can see, he's actually able to kind of spawn in an orb. One of the uses went down, obviously, and it's going to literally pollinate all of those like that easy. This is going to make pollination so much easier. You're going to be able to farm this event a lot faster. And as you can see, he's going to go ahead and do it again. And as you can see down there in the corner, it just started collecting a ton of them. I'm actually not sure why. I don't know if it just auto collects the pollinated. Yeah, look, so it actually went ahead and it collected all of the pollinated plants. As you can see, that little timer right here is going up, which means it's collecting them. So it's going to pollinate and then collect them. So like that, it was literally that easy. And he just collected around 30, 40. Looks like he collected 50 items with that, which is kind of absurd. I know, obviously, I have no clue how overpowered this is actually going to be in the game. It could have a way less range and could have a maximum plant cooldown on it. But overall, this is going to be really, really overpowered, especially for farming honey and, basically pollinating anything. So we just basically, I think that's it for this. Yeah, boom. Then he does one more. But that gives us a lot of hope for fixing this update. So a lot of people actually did have a couple complaints about the update. And I feel like the main complaint, at least for me, would be that there's not enough stuff in the shop. I feel like there should be some more items in here. I don't know, because there's a lot, getting honey isn't too hard to get. And I feel like the items should be slightly better. I mean, obviously, I'm going to buy all these flower packs, and basically anytime the bee eggs in stock, I'm going to buy that. But I feel like there should be some more stuff in the shop. And that's basically now that we're going to be getting a new item in the shop. And that is going to go ahead and be the Pollen radar. As you can see, Pollen radar, 30 uses, like we already took a look at a second ago. But one thing to note that's interesting, though, is that it collects them all for you, which we've pretty much never seen inside of the game. I mean, if we take a look over at my garden, you cannot just easily collect stuff unless you're using the harvest tool. So this is similar to the harvest tool, except it probably does way more and is a lot more overpowered for collecting stuff. So it is pretty interesting to think about and to look at. I'm pretty excited for this, but this also opens the door for a lot more new items to potentially get added. And that's kind of what I want to talk about next, is obviously if they're adding more gear, a new gear item, they're probably going to do a pretty big overhaul with this update, because Jandel did say that he was going to quote unquote fix the update because a lot of people had complaints about it. So I'm assuming that means he's going to add more items. He's going to kind of the entire system and make it work better and just overall make it a lot better. Now, a lot of times they're actually in the starboard are leaked that are kind of similar, like this one right here. Trade in pollinated plants for honey, pollinated tomato, and you can trade them in differently. This is just a different concept for it. Again, this is not real stuff right here. This is just forced. But a lot of time these are kind of added to the game in a subtle way, not necessarily like exactly what's here. So this could be something different. Let's see if anyone else has any new ideas that are for this update, because a lot of times there actually are update ideas in here that do end up getting added. So we'll go ahead and see. It doesn't look like, yeah, so there's not any leaks in there or like personal regarding that. But again, there is going to be a huge midweek update. I'm going to have a full video covering that, but there's a lot to look forward in this update. Jandel said he was going to fix a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and look at Jandel's TikTok real quick to see if he said basically any other. Also, another thing I want to quickly mention here is that there's actually going to be a new item. I don't know if it's going to be in the honey shop, but it's going to be this cooked owl. So if you don't know, in the last update, basically the last stock was terrible, and the owl just had terrible stock. So what he's going to do is he's doing like a fried cooked version of this, because they're like, he's going to be turned into a BBQ. So this may be a new item that you get if you're on during the update, a new pet. So make sure to be on during the update when it comes out, because again, with the chicken jockey, a lot of people missed the update and a lot of people were kind of upset about not being able to get the chicken jockey. So make sure you're online. It's that easy. Just make sure you're online, or AFK if you're like can't stay up that late, if you're in like a completely different time zone. Make sure to be on during the update so you can get stuff like that, because again, stuff like this is limited time and you're not gonna be able to get it forever. So you might as well get online while you can and get it. But it is pretty much confirmed that it's going to be in some sort of update. It may not be the item you actually get, but it is going to be be, you know, in the update. So just keep that in mind. That is something he promised. So we should see something like that pretty soon here. Anyways, guys, this is pretty much all I have for today's update video.